Right. We've got to talk. Too dramatic? Eh? Sorry. Hey everybody, it's your favorite YouTuber here. Too shilly, YouTubery. Yeah, I think so too. Let's just be normal. Hey guys, terrible intro man here, I guess that's more appropriate. With the recent events in the world, the virus, that it's been terrible and quite bad events globally. But one of the strange byproducts is that sim racing is actually growing. And who am I? Niels Heusingveld. I've been doing physics for racing simulations for about 12 years. And I also run a company, not by myself, and that's been a while. We make high-end sim racing gear like pedals and shifters and all that sort of stuff. I've been sim racing for a couple decades and I feel like we need to have this little talk. So with the resurgence of sim racing, lots of people are joining iRacing, and iRacing is the best platform for online racing because you have the laser scan tracks, you have a lot of cars you can choose from, and the online racing is just really well organized. You can always find a race, most likely with a car that you enjoy. We'll get to that. On the track, you know, with people of somewhat similar skill. So just the online stuff and the quality of the tracks and all that and just how that works is way ahead of all the other sims out there. Where it is behind most sims out there, I feel personally, is how the cars feel to drive, especially on the limit. And I'm making this video because while I enjoy this strange byproduct of the terrible things that are going on, that sim racing is growing, I feel that some people are getting into iRacing, they might not enjoy it, and then they leave sim racing perhaps for good. But I feel sort of personally invested in this because I love sim racing, and this is just a personal video. What is sim racing is control for me of the car at the limit. That's what makes it great for me. For some it might be more about the competition and getting your iRating up in iRacing and just learning a skill and becoming better and better. I've always seen the racing sort of as secondary to just, you know, manhandling a car on the limit, and that's why I've done physics for so long. I wanted to get that feeling of being able to somehow control a car right at the edge of grip, but be somehow in control of it. That's always been my goal with physics. Now in iRacing that is really difficult. Now first, I don't know what the truth is, right? All these sims try to give you the most realistic experience, yet all these sims also feel very different. Some, like R Factor 2, is quite slidey at times, quite sort of controllable and slidey. iRacing is unslidable, and as at the Corsa Competizione you can feel the cars move around a bit. In Automobilista, the game I worked on, they slide a bit. So there is a very big spread of what people think is realistic, and what is actually realistic. There is only one truth, but that I think nobody really knows exactly. It's also complicated, right? Because if you use this 1990s pedal wheel combination, it's way harder to drive than with a direct drive system with good pedals. So there are a lot of factors involved: your talent, your sim hardware, your screens, your wheel, your pedals, how easy you can get away with driving a difficult car. So it's a sort of a gray area. So I'm not saying I know what the truth is, but iRacing is on one extreme where you just have no control of the car at the limit. And that is the reason I'm making this video, because the enjoyment of racing, why I love this so much, I cannot get in iRacing. And I feel that if people only play iRacing and they don't try other sims, they might think this racing is not fun. And to me it is fun. So let me plan. Steer. Whoa. Cool. Sorry. Getting carried away by my own quality of the video. I'm blown away by stuff. I'm gonna have to edit this, don't I? So let's talk a bit more about what I like in sim racing and what got me into sim racing. Well, a long time ago, some of you may know this, I saw this video. You should definitely watch this on YouTube. Fascination, the Roof CTR, sort of a modified Porsche 911 from the late 80s. going sideways at the Nürburgring, like on the limit, over the limit, drifting, being in control, dancing with the car, so to speak. And another influence was Tiffany Dell. He used to be on Top Gear, and he's got plenty of YouTube videos these days as well. A driver who really takes a car by the scruff of its neck and overdrives it a bit at times, and just is able to control and play with the car at the limit. And that stuff brings out a big smile on my face, and that's what I want to recreate in sim racing as well. So it should not necessarily be easy. We talked about sort of a gray area, what is realistic, but it should be possible. So that pure enjoyment, you enter a turn, you get on the throttle a bit too hard, and you got a bit, a bit like that, a little bit of a drift, but you're fine. And in iRacing, that enjoyment is completely missing for me, and I've tried it recently for a few more hours and just get frustrated. And there's more people who share that, and I just don't want them to be put off by iRacing, because sim racing can be more enjoyable driving the cars at the limit than iRacing is. And with iRacing, my problem is there's sometimes a lot of grip, especially at low speed. I drove the GT4 Cayman. Just cannot get it out of shape at low speed, and then at high speed you enter a turn and ooh, the rear fleece feels so floaty, strange, and then you enter a turn and already by entering it, oh, I'm gonna spin because I've entered it badly, and you're gonna apply opposite lock. Nah, doesn't do really much at all. So you have to be super early and then be really quick and then straighten it quick. You might get away with it, and the snappiness is quite hard. Like normally when a car steps out in another sim, which I'm again not saying is perfectly realistic, but the car steps out a little bit and you can control it and it comes back again and you go straight. In iRacing it seems like, yes, sometimes you can catch that initial slide, but you have to have like Jedi mind trick, I don't know what going on, to instantly return to center, because it is so eager to go the other way, and it seems like the tires have melted at that point and the whole car is very sort of uncontrollably floaty after a little slide. And there's footage of a GT3 car, I think it's a Lamborghini, I just like saying that word, going full opposite lock through Eau Rouge. So you enter Eau Rouge, left, and then right up the hill, and then left, right? So he enters left, right, and he gets opposite lock, and he's like that, 200 kilometers an hour, and straight again. No snappiness, no floatiness. This is one example. IndyCars, on board of the IndyCars, it's amazing. On those bumpy street tracks, they're fighting with the car, having little moments, and I'm just getting tired thinking about it. And that's an experience that's so exhilarating if you can get even remotely close to that in a simulator, like getting close to the walls with a bit of opposite lock. And in iRacing, I cannot do that. And better drivers, because I'm just a mediocre driver, the IndyCar is just driven really gingerly, and any sort of opposite lock, you're gone. So, I don't have the answer. I don't know exactly what realism is, but I think you can find more enjoyment of purely driving a car at the limit in R-Factor 2, in Automobilista 2, in Assetto Corsa Competizione, because I like Italian words, and it's actually true. So if you've tried iRacing, you didn't quite like how the car's handled, don't necessarily give up on sim racing. Try some of the other titles, and I think you'll be amazed how fun it can be to drive cars at the limit. Sadly, you cannot really do the online racing and the competition and the safety rating stuff so well as iRacing does, because it's just way ahead in that department. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, nothing against iRacing, they do so many things so well, but that enjoyment that I find the most important in sim racing is just lacking. Thanks for watching, see you guys later, bye bye.